It's the NBA. DA, take it away.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. So the New York starting five. We've got Mitchell Robinson. Harkless is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Mr. Clutch. And it's Dotson in at the 2. And for the Bucks, Ilyasova at the 4 with Lopez at the 5. Bledsoe is out there with Dante DiVincenzo. And it's Todd in at the 3. Do you remember, Greg, if you watched the standings very much when you played?
You know, we were always aware of it, and a lot of that had to do with the goals. I remember early in my career playing for the Knicks, you know, we were trying to win championships, and we talked a lot about home court and having that come postseason time. So you were absolutely aware of where you were because of the goals you set, but I think that also changes depending on who you are as a team. If you're a championship caliber team that's won it, and maybe you're in the midst of a dynasty run, it may not matter as much because you know how good you are and you can win no matter where the venue.
And the Knicks with possession. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Todd with the rebound. Passes to Bledsoe. And Bledsoe with the stop.
And no question about it, Bledsoe has major bounce now. Fantastic at elevating and throwing it down.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Garcia uses the glass to finish the layup. Well, Greg, it was obvious when they traded Cobb, but this team views Junior as their franchise player heading forward.
And you can't argue with them the way Junior has played. It's a shame they didn't think there was a way for Junior and Cobb to coexist. But the choice is clear. This franchise is in Junior's hands.
This is what Bledsoe loves doing. I mean, penetrating, probing, finding his way, looking to get close to the bucket. That's when he's at his best.
Now, here is Garcia. Against Miami, he was really on his game. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Down low. And Brook Lopez, the bucket on the assist from Eric Bledsoe.
So good to see Bledsoe setting up guys like that. I mean, especially when they're wide open and they've got the better shot.
Garcia against Lopez. Green inside the three-point line. Here's Robinson. And no good that time. Good D by Lopez. The Bucks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Todd passes to Bledsoe. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Victory eluded them last time in New York when they took on the Knicks.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
And it really was the turnovers that fueled the blowout. I mean, a lot of questionable, poor decisions by them with the ball. And when that happens, you can get blasted.
Clock at 4. Robinson kicks to Dotson. Offensive rebound. Robinson misses.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Here's Bledsoe. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Here's Garcia. And to get open is Robinson. Garcia's shot is good. Garcia's got 8 points.
At this point, it's clear that the team wants to build around Junior. He's got the upside to be the franchise centerpiece for the next decade. No reason for them not to build around it.
You know, Greg, I think most would agree Junior can take this team all the way. He's got the skill and the upside, and there's a lot to like about this decision.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Now here's Bledsoe. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. Drops in the tray. 9 points in the game so far.
You know, Bledsoe is a decent shooter from outside, but I think it's really important that he continues to connect from there.
And Eric Bledsoe, a special kind of athlete.
And 3 separate knee surgeries in the rear view, but still so fast, his teammates call him Ferrari. The way he's built, a muscle car might be more accurate.
Lopez finds Ilyasova. Pass to Todd. Lock at 6. Guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Knicks?
Really some great drives to the basket here early on for these guys.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint.
New York trailing. Now Garcia. 10 points for him. To get open is Robinson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Brook Lopez. For New York, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
It's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Now here's Bledsoe. 9 points in the game so far. Good. Bledsoe's got 11 points.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
Yeah, and the lead has changed hands, and it just hasn't stayed in those hands very long when it's changed. Back and forth we go.
No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
They double team Bledsoe to the middle. Here's Lopez, and Lopez throws it down.
The big fella with the big finish, Lopez, rocking that rim.
A slam dunk by Robinson.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
Here's Dotson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Randall's checked in for New York. Ntilikina comes in for Damian Dotson. Puts it up off the inbound and laying it up and in the basket from Garcia. Now once again, Junior taking home Player of the Month honors. Greg, what an incredible year he's had.
All year long, Junior's been playing at a different level compared to the rest of the league. His dominance has been from the get-go. Not surprised to see him take another Player of the Month. This guy really deserves it.
Here's Garcia following the bucket by the Bucks. And here's Bledsoe. 13 points in the game. Got that one up quick.
And Matthews crosses up the defense with his catch-and-shoot J. Can't afford to lay off of him.
Throws it up high.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets. An exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the latter.
Bledsoe passes to Lopez. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so it's Randall bringing it up now for the New York Knicks. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. Greg, in New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contentions. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. And New York looking at who they've got. Mitchell Robinson out there with Green. And it's Mr. Clutch. Then it's Dennis Smith. And it's Dotson in at the 3.
Fadeaway was the right shot there because it got his attempt away from the defender, but the touch was poor.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Mr. Clutch in their last game against the Heat did more than get the job done. He scored an incredible number of points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
And the Bucks with possession here, following the score by New York. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. Robinson with the block. They get it back. DiVincenzo can't hit it.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
DiVincenzo against Garcia. Pass to Robinson. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Outside, Garcia. And it's sent back by Lopez.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and a terrific rejection as well.
Yep, that one goes. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
Here's Lopez on the dunk by Lopez.
An effective combo guard. Bledsoe is a guy I love watching run the offense and get the ball to his teammates.
Here's Robinson, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't
no
that long
kidding.
ago, at least
No
it feels
kidding.
like, that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he didn't grow up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
You were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall. Remember it like it was yesterday. From 13, Knicks with the rebound. Garcia's got his 5th rebound in this one. Green. No good that time. Now the Bucks take it the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, you know, they didn't have their best stuff, but they were still getting after it, so you got to really appreciate the effort and hustle.
Here's Garcia. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. That's now 22 points for Mr. Clutch.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Here's Ilyasova. Green with the block.
Green takes great pride in his defense now. He loves denying shots at the rim and playing bigger than his 6'8" frame would lead you to believe.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up.
And that's what those alley-oops will do for a team. Ignition, switch, ignite.
Robinson with the block. And it goes out of bounds. That went off Robinson. Timeout called the Bucks. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Bledsoe passes to Todd. 5 to shoot. The 3. Offensive rebound. That's tipped. One-on-one fast break. And that one drops. 24 points for Mr. Clutch.
Really good ball movement there in transition.
Milwaukee leading by 3. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. He kicks it to Bledsoe. Trying to end the drought, and the jam by Bledsoe.
When Bledsoe is firing on all cylinders, I mean, you keep getting him the ball. It's just that simple.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
The Knicks have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Bangs home the trifecta. DiVincenzo's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And, you know, for a big man, I think Green is one of the better dime droppers in the league. I mean, he's a true point forward who has excellent vision and sees the floor well.
Here's Bledsoe after the made shot from Garcia. From past the arc. No good from Bledsoe. Knicks trail by 4. Jumps up. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And, you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Bledsoe. The Knicks making the shot. Now the pass to DiVincenzo. Bledsoe looking it over. This one for 3. That one doesn't go.
Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And there's a whistle that goes on Mr. Clutch. That is his first foul of the game for the Knicks. Randall's checked in for Draymond Green. Harkless comes in for Damian Dotson. And Frank Ntilikina's subbed in for Dennis Smith. Now here's Harkless. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Hill drives in. And the wide open shot from Bledsoe. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Yeah, and that three-point shot, it really has looked awful here in the second quarter. It hasn't stopped him from attempting them, but it's time to maybe find something else to do.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
And the Bucks making a change here. Matthews is checked in. Bobby Portis is checked in for New York. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's Garcia after Wesley Matthews' score. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Knicks have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game. That one misses. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up for Milwaukee. Matthews into the lane. Williams kicks to Hill. Off target from outside.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Harkless. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside,
Pretty high from that range.
He lobs it up.
yeah, I like the feel Ntilikina showed there. I mean, nice sense of where he was and what was available.
Bucks trail by 4. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, if you just look for a few minutes at Giannis Antetokounmpo on the court, you know why he's called the Greek Freak. But it's the drive that makes him an MVP. He said people try to make it complicated. Life is simple. You know what you want, go get it. Do what it takes every day and don't lie to yourself. Guys, I hope you understand I'm being truthful in all all of these reports. Back to you.
Love the intensity. David, thank you. Hill against Garcia. Hill up top. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Portland. The kick out to Lopez. And the three off target.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Garcia passes to Portis. That's no good, and now he's missed two and made two. Hill with him. Now defended by Garcia. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Puts it up from 17. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And Matthews unafraid to let it fly from the mid-range now. A consistent score from this area of the floor.
And out of bounds is the puck. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with... halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. What can you say, Mr. Clutch? An impressive effort here today.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
Well, you know what, guys? My question is this. Who's he going to posterize in this half? You know, we've already gotten a number of filthy dunks out of him.
Ilyasova at the 4, with Lopez at the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there at Bledsoe. And it's Todd in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. This is his second trip to the line in this one. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Back to Bledsoe. Bucks passing it around. Puts up a 3. Draymond Green with the rebound. New York shooting well. 50% from the floor. Dotson gets the bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Passes it to Todd. From deep. They get it back.
Yeah, bully balling his way to the rack that time. Lopez with a great second effort.
And so here is New York. Green. And Green slams it in.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Right around a minute and a half played here in the third quarter. DiVincenzo passes to Todd. Bledsoe outside. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Here's Harkless, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. You know, winning that championship as you did, Greg, for UNLV, many people don't remember you played much of that season with a broken jaw.
Well, Kevin, I don't remember much of it, to be honest with you. It was pretty hazy. I lost 19 pounds over the course of the season.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
championship night. I was 168 pounds.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh, I was wired shut for 8 weeks. Did miss a game, but I tell you what, I don't know if I would do that today. But, you know, it did turn out well with the championship.
As I recall, you broke it against Fresno State, correct?
Yes, yeah. I got my legs taken out from under me and broke the fall with my face.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, ouch! DiVincenzo kicks to Lopez. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. DiVincenzo passes to Bledsoe. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Garcia. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. New York with the ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. And he dunks it down.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Green against Ilyasova. Pass to Ty. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. And the Bucks miss again.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
And, you know, I think he's going to tell them simply, we have to show more fight on the interior. That's the top priority right now.
And New York making a change here. Smith has checked in. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's Bledsoe, and he uses the glass on the layup. Bledsoe's got 4 this quarter.
You can't allow Bledsoe that kind of position. I mean, he's extremely effective in the paint.
Garcia passes to Robinson. Smith on the wing. It's tipped. Trying to get open is Robinson, and it drops once again. The bucket from Garcia.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Bucks trail by 11. DiVincenzo passes to Ilyasova. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Good, he hits again.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Pass to Lopez, takes a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Garcia's got rebound number 8 now on the night. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And he hasn't cashed in on his chances at the line, only making 1 free throw. And he makes the first. Marvin Williams has checked in for Brook Lopez. Harkless hits them both. Here's Bledsoe. 24 points for him. Baseline jumper. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Here's Smith, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It goes on Eric Bledsoe.
Boy, and that electrifying speed of Smith puts the defense on its heels, forcing them to hit him when he's penetrating inside.
Kyle Korver, he's checked in for the Bucks. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Randall's checked in. Timeout called, the Bucks.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
Bucks trail by 19. Bledsoe passes to DiVincenzo. Williams against Robinson. DiVincenzo kicks to Korver. And the pass to Bledsoe. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Doubled by Garcia. Inside, Ty. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Williams has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Outstanding execution. Good job working the ball inside.
The shot's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Outside Corver, back to Bledsoe. And goaltending is going to be the call, so they get the basket there anyway.
And that's a tough call for the refs to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Matthews, he's checked in for Todd. Pat Connaughton comes in for Dante DiVincenzo. And George Hills subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Then for the Knicks, Portis, he's checked in for Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for Harkless. And it's Payton in for Dennis Smith. Payton can't get it to go. Bucks trail by 19. Connaughton passes to Matthews. Back to Connaughton. Hill against Payton. 6 to shoot. Hill finds Matthews. No good on the 3. New York leading by 19. Here's Knox, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Matthews. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Now here is Garcia. Non-stop scoring machine here. Randall passes to Garcia. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Knicks lead by 21.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen. Terrific accuracy on that pass. That's how you lead your teammate.
New York's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the 3rd. Still 0 for 3. Passes it to Portis. That shot misses. Excellent D there from Williams.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Matthews with it. Out defended by Randall. And a fast break now for New York. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Hill.
You know, one of the things that jumps out at you immediately when you look at Payton is his size. I mean, he's a 6'4" point guard who knows how to use his body and skill set to his advantage.
Brook Lopez is checked in for Williams. Ntilikina, he's checked in for New York. Hill with it. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Knicks with the rebound.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Portis, the pass to Garcia. Oh, the power on that throwdown.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
He's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, I like how confident Matthews is down low.
To the inside, Robinson. Kicks it out to Garcia. Pass to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. Knocks it loose. And New York looking at who they've got. Green is out there with Mo Harkless. Then there's Elfrid Payton. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. And it's Garcia in at the shooting guard position. Garcia passes to Payton. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it's the Bucks on the break. Launches the 3. Rebound by Garcia. Garcia's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. To the paint. Good, that's another bucket. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
It's 2-on-1 for the finish. Excellent D there from Bledsoe.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Outside, Garcia. Right wing. To the middle. Hits it again. Wow. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Here's DiVincenzo. That one good for 2.
And you're going to take as many of those high percentage shots as you can get.
And so Payton will bring it up for New York. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth quarter. They kick it out to Green. Been a lot of talk, Greg, about in-season tournaments in the NBA to spur fan interest. The proposal was tabled for a bit. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, cash prizes for the players and coaching staffs, that always seems like a good idea. I just wonder, Kevin, if they're going to be any cash prizes for the broadcasters. Because I think they're on to something if we could get that, you know. But in all seriousness, we see that in soccer, right? And it seems to work well. And I think if it can spur some more interest from fans, then I'd be all for it.
Yeah, the fans love it watching soccer. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've consistently drilled the mid-range jumper tonight as well, which has forced the D to come out on him.
Lopez, he's checked in for Milwaukee. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Dennis Smith, he's checked in for Payton.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
The Bucks making a switch here. Wilson's checked in. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Todd passes to Bledsoe. And Bledsoe with the stuff.
Bledsoe always bringing that uber intensity. Real force that time on the finish as he drove inside.
DiVincenzo against Garcia. Now we know the TV networks have brought more revenue, Greg, to the NBA. The expectation is for another bump when they renegotiate in 2023.
You know, at the same time, though, Kevin, with all the cord cutters out there, the league looking to make the game more accessible to those fans. I expect that to be a big part of this next deal.
Right, on your tablet, your smartphone, or your computer. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wilson. And New York with a change here, too. Dotson's checked in. Bledsoe softly drops in the floater. Bledsoe's got 12 points in just the second half.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now Garcia. Pass to Green. Lobbed up there for Robinson. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop.
And the crowd got their jaws dropped on that one. Total disbelief.
Makes it off the glass. Bledsoe's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
There's the pass to Robinson. Shoots over Korver. Robinson misses. Milwaukee's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Here's Todd. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. First free throw is good. Greg, we're seeing the game evolve. We're seeing more and more big men displaying perimeter skills. Do you like that, or is there a part of you that misses those days when it all played out inside the lane in a very condensed area?
Listen, Kev, I think the game has kind of evolved on from the impact that the bigs had on the interior, but not the impact that they're having on the game. The reality is the game just doesn't stand still. And now as a big, you've got to have far more versatility. You've got to be able to play in space. And as a fan, I just find the game to be more appealing to watch with the freedom of movement, the flow, and more of the skill set being put on display.
I agree.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
On defense, the Bucks. And here's Garcia. Dishes it to Robinson. Goes back up. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And that one falls for Robinson. Robinson hits them both.
Yeah, love the attitude he's playing with here in the second half. Going strong to the hoop and getting to the free throw line.
DiVincenzo passes to Todd. And stolen by Garcia. And a fast break now for the Knicks. There's the lob to the hoop. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
And that's his MO. Sometimes he can score more points by himself than the rest of the team.
Now here's DiVincenzo. He's tightly guarded. New York calls timeout. A lot of talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other, but ultimately nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
Garcia against Williams. And got it! Another basket. 71 points and no end in sight.
Young fella is in the zone. The defense right now looks helpless.
DiVincenzo kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Todd. Here is Ilyasova. Bledsoe for 3. Green with the rebound.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
A different look for New York. Bobby Portis is checked in for Draymond Green. Kevin Knox comes in for Harkless. And Ellington is subbed in for Damian Dotson. Brown the pass to Lopez. They double-team Bledsoe. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Brown dishes to Korver over Ellington. And too long on the shot.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And you know what? This guy is just a natural born scorer.
Garcia passes to Robinson. Here's Knox. And he's going up for the alley-oop. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel.
Here's Bledsoe. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Mitchell Robinson. You know, you look at the 2020 class for the Basketball Hall of Fame, Greg, some great names, headlined by Kevin Garnett, Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, historic players.
And all the more emotional, Kevin, having Kobe enshrined after his tragic passing. But when you look at the accomplishments of this class, arguably the most decorated that the Hall of Fame has ever seen.
And, Greg, you've gotten a bird's eye view. You've gotten a front court view. You've had a chance to be alongside these Hall of Fame players.
Incredible talents, great people, and truly they've been terrific ambassadors for our game.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook.
I'm glad he didn't go overboard and try to do too much there.
Korver kicks to Brown. Lopez against Robinson. Bledsoe outside. And Garcia with the block. And here's Korver from the arc. They get the rebound, and the shot goes in. Lopez has got his first points in this one.
A guy that doesn't give up on the glass. Lopez, a real force at rebounding the ball.
Garcia against Bledsoe. Out to the right wing. Here's Knox. His three-pointers off the mark. Milwaukee's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Knicks.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
They were really smart in the use of that game plan tonight. Used it in their first 2 games against this team, which equal to 2 wins.
If it ain't broke, why fix it? I mean, why change anything? Knowing how well they played in those 2 games, they probably couldn't wait for this one to wrap up the sweep of the season series.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Mr. Clutch.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Lopez outside, kicks to Korver, 5 on the clock. From deep, rebounded by Knox.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here.
He got it again, sensational.
And that ties him for 3rd all-time scoring for a single game. What an incredible performance.
Absolutely, a game not to be forgotten. He has put on a show. Lopez finds Korver. Back to Lopez. And Garcia with the block. So no problem for New York as they get the win. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching.